So the Warriors just got absolutely blown out by the Nets, and Steph Curry didn't look too good. Well, he didn't look horrible. He had 20, 10, and 4, 10 assists, 4 rebounds, in 30 minutes of playing. So not a horrible game, but he did shoot 2 for 10 from 3, which is just not good. Um, but yeah, it was really obvious that the Warriors were just not on the same tier as the Nets, and they lacked playmaking. If the ball wasn't in Steph Curry's hand, nobody else can do anything with the ball. Now, I do think Draymond Green will help with this once he gets back. He was out due to a foot injury, so hopefully it's not a huge deal because he is a good playmaker. He can get some nice passes going, help the offense be a bit smoother and less stagnant as it was, because the amount of shots that Andrew Wiggins was chucking up and breaking, Eric Pascal was trying to make his own shots off the dribble way too much. And that's just not good. That's just not going to give good results. Yeah, so is Curry bad? No, obviously not. He's not bad. He's not overrated, but I do think this is going to show a bit of a problem in his game that it's not necessarily a problem, but like it's not built for this situation. He's a efficient scorer, I would say. He's not like a high volume shooter, a high volume scorer, not like a Kyrie Irving or Damian Lillard. I'm just gonna take a ton of shots, get you 60, 70 points, like that. He's more of an efficient, 50% from the field, 43% from three, 35, 40 points, something like that. And that's for like taking a ton of shots, and a lot of them can go in, like that. And that's why I don't really think the Warriors are going to be a playoff seed, and if they are, they'll obviously be a very low seed. Just because I just don't think Curry's the type of player, his play style doesn't really work as well on a team like this, where he would need to absolutely put them on his back to get them to the playoffs, especially this year, how good the West is. If the Warriors were to make it, you'd have to knock out a team like the Jazz or the Blazers, because I already think the Suns are taking the Rockets spot, which means there's not any other spot. So yeah. So what's this team's ceiling? Ceiling's probably a low-seeded, 7th seed, maybe 6th seed, 8th seed, something around that. What can they do to fix this? Not really sure. Andrew Wiggins, was horrible the whole game. He was horrible. He had some good moves, and I was like, oh yeah, wow, that's a nice move, Oh, he got some separation on that shot, but then he would just absolutely miss it, and you could hear it each time he shot it. You could hear the clank off the rim, which means he was just like nowhere close on each of his shots. I do think he'll be a bit better in the future. If some of those shots fall, he would have had a very good game, because he was getting separation. He was having some nice moves, but they just weren't falling. Also, a lot of turnovers for Andrew Wiggins. Not good. James Wiseman looked good. He had 19 and 6 and 24 minutes of play time. He still has he's obviously a bit rough around the edges. Sometimes on defense he looked a bit lost. Sometimes on offense he would just try to set a screen and then he wouldn't know where to go. He wouldn't really roll hard enough, His shot looked a bit better in the last few minutes, but early on, took a three and the shot itself was smooth, but his shots were just not going in. Took a three, took a mid-range early on, and both of those are just off. But yeah, this team just lacks playmaking other than Steph Curry. Brad Wanamaker played 22 minutes. The backup point guard got 3 points, 3 assists. It's really not going to do it. That's the most assists on the team other than Steph Curry, 3 assists. That's not going to win you a whole lot of NBA games. But I just think this game will going to show how good the Nets are. Obviously, this videos more on the Warriors and Steph Curry, so I don't want to spend too much time on the Nets, but the Nets look good. If they can stay healthy, there's no doubt the favorites to win the East. There's not a whole lot of teams unless Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid make a huge jump. Or Giannis and Drew Holiday really do click together well. I don't see a whole lot of teams being able to knock out Kyrie and Kevin Durant. If they're playing this well and they stay healthy, if everybody stays healthy, Chris LeVert is doing his thing. Spencer Dinwiddie, Joe Harris, absolutely lighting it up. The Nets are obviously very dangerous. But yeah, back to the Warriors. They just lack depth. When Steph Curry went to the bench, like, it looked bad. It looked like it was a G League team. That's how bad it looked. Kelly Oubre had some flashes, he had that one nice putback dunk, which was on a lot of Instagram pages, Twitter pages. But he only had 6 points. He had 7 rebounds, 2 assists. He was really inefficient shooting from the field, which I think will get better. Because he did have a lot of open looks that he just missed. But he does need to clean that up. They just don't have... Who on the Warriors, other than Steph Curry, can you say, can you give them the ball and say, go get me a shot? Nobody. There was times when Ken Bazemore looked like the second best player in the Warriors. He had 2 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. That's not good. If Ken Bazemore is the only one that looked, like he could get his own shot. There's nobody. Marquise Chris had 9 points, 8 rebounds. He was a nice piece off the bench. I think they're really gonna miss Klay Thompson just because there's nobody else to get their own shot, and it's just a badly built roster, to be honest. And Andrew Wiggins has to be the player that I don't even know how to say, but like he just has to be better. If the Warriors have any chance to make the playoffs, it has to start with Andrew Wiggins, because we know what Steph Curry is. He's gonna get you 25 points a night efficiently, 27 points a night, and good efficiency. He's gonna stretch the floor, draw double teams, but when he does draw double teams and he kicks out to a shooter, Andrew Wiggins, he has to be able to knock down that 3. He has to be able to drive to the hoop and get a layup, Has to be able to make those shots, which he wasn't able to do today. So, yeah. But yeah, Kevin Looney, pretty average. 4 points and 2 rebounds in 11 minutes of playing time. James Wiseman was definitely a nice pickup. It looked like he has some nice potential. But yeah, I don't have the Warriors in the playoffs this year. Yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.